I used to think being alone was the worst thing that could happen to a person. I was wrong. The worst thing is being surrounded by people and still feeling alone. I met them in my first year at the university. I was new. New city. New school. New life. I did not know anybody. The campus was big and loud. Everyone already seemed to have friends. People were laughing in groups, taking pictures, posting online, living their best life, and there I was, walking alone with my bag too tight on my shoulder. I met them in the cafeteria. I was standing with my tray, looking for an empty seat, when a girl with long braids waved at me. "Hey, you can sit here." Her name was Tolu. That was how everything started. At first, it felt like a miracle. There were 5 of them. Loud. Confident. Always trending. Always dressed well. When I joined them, I felt chosen. Like I had been saved from loneliness. They added me to their group chat that same day. "Welcome to the chaos," one of them texted. I laughed. I did not know that the chaos would one day break me. The first red flag was small. We were walking back to the hostel when they started talking about another girl in our class. "Did you see her shoes? So fake. She thinks she's fine. Please." They all laughed. I laughed too, but something inside me felt strange, because just last week, that same girl had helped me find my lecture hall. If they could talk about her like that, what were they saying about me? I pushed the thought away. At least I was not the one they were laughing at. Weeks passed, the jokes became sharper. Sometimes the target was me. "Why do you always wear simple clothes? Your accent is too local. Try to sound polished. You are too quiet. Are you shy or just boring?" They would say it with a smile, then add, "We are just joking, don't be sensitive." So I would smile too, and swallow the hurt. One night, we were taking pictures for Instagram. We took many shots. Different angles. Different poses. When they posted the pictures, I noticed something. In most of them, I was cropped out. In the ones where I was visible, they used a filter that made my skin look darker. In the caption, Tolu wrote, "Squad looking premium." Premium. I stared at the picture for a long time. I did not look premium. I looked like an extra. I wanted to leave. But every time I imagined walking alone on campus again, my chest would tighten. I remembered how empty it felt before them. So I stayed. Things got worse in second semester. They started going out without telling me. I would see their pictures online. Matching outfits. Same restaurant. Big smiles. When I asked, they would say, "Oh, it was last minute." Last minute. But they always had time to plan matching outfits. One day, I gathered courage. Did I do something wrong? I asked. They looked at each other. Then Tolu sighed. "You overthink too much." Another one added, "We just vibe better sometimes without you." It's not deep. It's not deep. But it felt deep. It felt like someone slowly removing bricks from under my feet. The worst day happened during exam period. I was stressed. Tired. Not sleeping well. I found out they had created another group chat. Without me. I saw a notification flash on Tolu's phone when she was sitting beside me. The group name was Real Ones. My heart dropped. Real Ones. So what was I? Fake. Temporary. A spare tire. That night, I cried quietly in my hostel room. My roommate was not around. I remember sitting on the floor. Back against the bed. Phone in my hand. Scrolling through their pictures. Reading old messages. Trying to find where everything changed. Maybe I talked too much one day. Maybe I did not talk enough. Maybe I was too dark. Too local. Too soft. To me. The next week, something happened that opened my eyes. We were in class when a lecturer asked a question. I knew the answer, but I was scared to raise my hand. What if I was wrong? What if they laughed? Before I could decide, one of the girls from the group whispered loudly, "She won't know it. She's always lost." They laughed. In class. In front of people. Something inside me broke. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just a quiet crack. I raised my hand anyway. I answered the question. And I was right. The lecturer even said, "Very good." I looked at them. They were not smiling. Not clapping. Just silent. For the first time, I felt something different. Not fear. Not sadness. Anger. That day, I walked back alone. They called me, but I pretended not to hear. For the first time since I met them, I chose silence. My phone kept buzzing that evening. "Why are you acting weird? Don't start drama. You're too emotional. Too emotional." I stared at the words. And something became clear. Every time I was hurt, it was my fault. Every time they disrespected me, I was too sensitive. Every time I felt left out, I was overthinking. It was never them. Always me. I did not reply. The next day, I sat in a different place in class. My heart was beating fast. I felt exposed. Like everyone was watching me. But nobody cared. Life continued. People talked. Lectures went on. The world did not stop because I changed seats. That surprised me. Days turned into a week. They stopped texting. No apology. No explanation. Just silence. And I was alone again. At first, it was painful. I would see them from far. Laughing. Living. Like I never existed. It hurt. But something else started happening too. I began to breathe better. I did not wake up anxious about what joke they would make today. I did not check my phone every minute to see if they were talking about me. I had space. Quiet space. One afternoon, a girl from my department sat beside me in the library. We had never really talked before. She smiled. "Hi. You answered that question in class last week. That was brave." I was shocked. Brave. Nobody had called me that before. We started talking. Slowly. No pressure. No sharp jokes. No hidden competition. Just normal conversation. Her name was Amara. Friendship with Amara felt different. We studied together. She listened when I spoke. If she had a problem, she said it clearly. No mind games. No secret group chats. One day, I told her everything. About the old group. About the jokes. About the real ones chat. She looked at me for a long time. Then she said something I will never forget. Being alone is better than being disrespected. Simple words. But they hit hard. Because I realized something. I was never afraid of being alone. I was afraid of not being chosen. I was afraid of not belonging. So I forced myself to fit where I was not wanted. Months later, I saw Tolu at the mall. She waved like nothing happened. "Hey stranger." Stranger. I almost laughed. We talked for a few minutes. Surface talk. No depth. As I walked away, I felt no anger. No jealousy. Just peace. I finally understood something. They were not my enemies. They were just not my people. And that is okay. Looking back now, I see how much I changed myself to stay. I laughed when I was hurt. I kept quiet when I should have spoken. I made myself smaller so others could shine. All because I was afraid to eat alone. To walk alone. To sit alone. But here is the truth nobody tells you. Sometimes you must sit alone. Sometimes you must walk alone. So you can find the people who truly see you. If you are in a group where you feel small. If you are always the joke. If you are scared to speak. Please listen to that small voice inside you. The one that whispers, "This is not right." Do not ignore it like I did. Loneliness will not kill you. But losing yourself slowly will. Today, my circle is small. Very small. But it is real. We celebrate each other. We correct each other with respect. We do not compete for attention. And when I look at pictures now, I do not search for myself in the corner. I am there. Fully there. Not cropped. Not hidden. Not filtered out. I stayed in a toxic friend group because I was afraid to be alone. But I left because I was more afraid of disappearing inside it. And that decision saved me.